Hello everybody, I'm Tony from Corrupted Gaming, as you probably know, and it's going to be Thanksgiving soon, and Thanksgiving in my family is pretty big, and I'm going to be away, so I won't really be near a computer, and I can't edit, and I edit everything basically the day before I put it up, for those of you who don't know, so I'm not going to be here to do S.N.A.F.U and Overlord and whatever else I happen to be doing right now. But I do have something that should be able to keep you guys busy for a little bit of time at least. I'm going to show you 4 individual things, 2 of which are going to be 2 websites that specialize in shit comics. Okay? These are 2 separate websites, and I could pick any comic from these 2 websites and they will be awful. And eventually, I will pick one from each and do it once I read all of them and figure out which is my personal, which is the worst. And after I show them to you, you'll probably be able to figure out which one you hate the most. The other 2 I'm going to be showing you are one comic. It's one comic from each. It's one comic for this website that I'm showing you. And they're 2 that are just the ones I can't do. They're comics that are like gag-a-day comics, things that it's just a different thing every single day, where it's a joke or a gag, and it's not a linear story, and I can't really read that for you guys if it's not a story that at least goes forward somehow. As poorly written as S.N.A.F.U is, it does go in a linear storyline that does go forward. Gag-a-day comics don't really do that. And then the other one is just so retarded, it doesn't even make sense if I was to do it. It has sort of a story, I guess, but you'll see it when I actually show it to you. Alright, now let's get out of Dale's face here. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is called Kirbys Fan Mail. This one, it's really a shame because it's such a good idea. I mean, let me explain to you the idea of this. The idea is that you, the viewer of the comic, will write in the comments, and you will write in letters to the writer of this comic. And what he'll do is he will, well, to put it bluntly, he'll take whatever questions he thinks are the best, and then he'll just put it in. He'll put it in, and he'll have Kirby answer it, as if he is Kirby. Now, that's a good idea. And he picked a good character with Kirby, because Kirby doesn't really, we don't know Kirby's parents, we don't know that much, well, we don't know specific details, and so we can ask him so many questions that would be really interesting. I mean, with Mario, he's a well-established character, sort of, and I guess we can't really ask him too many questions that we don't know the answers to. But with someone like Kirby, we can ask him tons of questions. Why is this comic so bad? Well, one, I gotta look at the website. Look at this. This is the home page, okay? Is this not just absolute shit? This is something that a first-year student in web design class in high school can do. I'm not even joking. I've made better than this in my first month in web design last year. Okay? This is atrocious. Now, the comic itself, past the website, past the writer. The writer of the comic is actually a very nice guy, and he answers the questions, and he responds to comments. He's nice. He's fine. There's nothing I can really say about him that's bad. The comic, on the other hand, fails at every turn. Look at this. This is just for today. I didn't even select this. This is the home page. This is the newest one. I'm going to read it to you. Another day, another fan letter. Dear Kirby, do you have parents? I mean, really. If you don't, where do you come from? Sincerely, insert random cool word, Pine Team. The Stork. No, Kirby, don't say it. And then world glitches. Where's the joke? I can't find it. Can you find it? No one can find it because it's not there. And every single comic, I really need to learn to say issue. Every single issue and page of this comic is like this. I can go to the archive page and just click any one of these, and they'll be really bad like this. Like, I'm just going to go through here. Fucking 76. Why not? 76. Just click this, and then there's comments, and okay, that's a big-breasted woman. Need to go click on that later. Anyway. Alright. This is not an intro joke. I'm not laughing. Dear Kirby, have you ever swallowed any character outside of the Nintendo franchise? Say Sonic the Hedgehog, perhaps. Kirby Forever, Sonic, and Knights. P.S. Have you ever asked Bub Legume out on a date? Wink, wink. Sure I have, and I'll show you right now. I'll swallow your face. Here's Sonic's face. Okay. Thank you, Insignia. I will not... I can't even read this. It's so bad. It's so bad. Look at this. Like, do you know what the joke is? Can you read the second half of this on your own and find the joke for me? I can't find anything. Just... they talk about bubblegum. It's just so bad. And this is just a small complaint of mine, but this is obviously a machinima comic. And what I mean by that is that it uses video game characters to make its content. And to be honest, I think machinima is a very lazy form of not only animation, but comic writing. But still, you can make it work. You could be like Rooster Teeth and then have it actually be high quality. This, on the other hand, chooses to use the just shittiest Kirby sprite possible. This is like the oldest, shittiest Kirby sprite that he could possibly use with the shittiest backgrounds, and it's bad. Okay? And that's it. This comic just really goes nowhere. Every single thing is a gag a day. I can't find the joke. Look at the comments. You'll see like 5 people commenting every single time. It's always the same, like 5 or 10 people, and they always think it's great, and it puzzles me. I really have no idea how they find any joy in this whatsoever. Okay. On to the next one. Now this is a website that, like I said, specializes in shitty comics. This is Ivan Hensleys World, as he likes to call it. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4 different comics. Okay? Every single one of these is awful. And every single one of them stems... They all have the same issue. Like Family Crest. In fact, I'm actually considering doing Family Crest because I like fantasy. I like RPGs. And this is just a failure. Now look at this. Look at this shit right here. Now, I can't draw, okay? I can't draw at all. But I'm really good at complaining. I can complain about the art on this for hours. For one, their necks are wrong. Okay, their necks are bad. Alright? They're just bad. Their bodies aren't proportioned correctly. At least on the males. The males, in terms of their arms and legs, they don't have proportioned lengths. Alright? And you can't really see it here, but any other page you're going to see it. Females, it's like with Christian Weston Chandler and Angelica. Look at what is it with white females, like females that wear white, like Angelica and this weird yellow priesty woman, and making their boobs disproportioned. I don't know what it is. It just perplexes me. Okay, this is Family Crest, so you can find the main index. Yeah, I'm in Hensleys World. It's not where I want to go. Any one of these. All right, Galactic Drifter. Okay, this one actually has dialogues. This is the newest issue. Let's look through here. Those aren't for me, man. Haha, very funny, Danny. They're actually for my girlfriend. Ooh, wacky. It's not like this is in every sitcom ever. Oh, cool. Hey, you working today? Yeah, I clock in half an hour. Good. The system is dragging again. We need you to work another of your miracles on it. Swell. Alright, I'll get to it when I get to it. Thanks. Gee. You know, Galactic Drifter. You know, this looks like it's real exciting, really. You know, just this guy with flowers for his girlfriend. It's not like I've seen this in every sitcom ever. This is completely original and very, very well written. And as you can see, this window over here just looks fantastic. It totally doesn't look like he just fucking dragged in a star image from Google Images. Nope, not at all. And honestly, I definitely like the pen lines on pretty much everything here that wasn't drawn with a ruler. Well, you get the whole ruler tool of a program. Ugh, and then the art itself is bad. The dialogue is bad. It's incredibly cliche, corny, boring. Depending on which one of the comics you click on this guy's website, you're gonna have different problems. They all have the same sort of boring plot, but it's just a boring plot that's slightly different. Boring fantasy plot, boring futuristic plot, boring cop drama plot. Just bad. Alright, on to the next one. Oh god. This is Elf Tour. Okay? Elf Tour, as you can see from the index page here, is an MS Paint comic. You don't make a comic in MS Paint. Okay? Does that sound like a good idea to you? And even if he could do it well and make it look good, it doesn't matter. You want to know the main character? This is Elf Tour. He's our main character. Now I'm going to go to the first comic. You know who's our other main character for the entirety of the comic? Not only F Tour, but a fucking piece of cheese. Alright? And they just do stuff that's boring. This cheese challenges Elf Tour for a magic duel. We spend the first comic not learning about our character Elf Tour, or this magic cheese that randomly talks to him and floats around, or why the whole comic is drawn in fucking Microsoft Paint. No. The first comic we're going to spend doing a duel. Okay? So they do this duel, he uses a fire extinguisher, and then they do a dragon kick and they're upside down and they attack each other and then they're friends. And then they just do stuff. They just sit around and do stupid shit and none of it makes sense. Look at this. They're playing outside on the TV or whatever. They were playing video games, but I guess now they're watching TV. And this weird, shaggy character comes up to them, and then they go to St. Louis. And then they meet a cowboy and a pig that goes quack. And I could read the whole thing. You could read the whole thing, and it will never make sense to you. This comic is just, everything is wrong with it. The dialogue is wrong. The art is wrong. The pacing is wrong. It goes nowhere. It's wrong. It's bad. One of the worst, but it's not one I could let's read, unfortunately, but it's one that you guys should definitely look at. Before I go to the next one, this is probably going to be a little bit, I don't know, you're probably going to disagree with me. I don't know if the word controversial is correct here, but I'll just go ahead and go there. This is S.N.A.F.U. S.N.A.F.UComics.com. S.N.A.F.U. Comics is difficult for me to talk about. Now, when there's something like, well, I guess it's easy for me to talk about, but difficult at the same time. When you have someone like Christian Weston Chandler, who makes S.N.A.F.U, you know the art's bad, you know the creator of the comic's a bad person, and you know everything's bad. This one hides itself very well. Now, I use a Wikipedia page called the Bad Comics Wiki to find a lot of my terrible ones that I plan on reading in the future. The main one that they direct me to, that directs me to S.N.A.F.U. Comics, they warn you this site is awful, and I've taken a quick glance at all of the ones that you see up here. I've taken a quick glance at all of them. They're all bad. They all have different writers, but they're all basically the same thing, and they're all bad, and none of them are original. The one that they bring you to is this one, the Powerpuff Girls, Daija Kazuji, or whatever. It's some weird Asian word. I have no idea how to pronounce it. So they direct you to this one, saying it's one of the worst. Written by a man who's absolutely demented. And I read up on this guy, and apparently he's into child pornography that he's drawn. So I know that one of the things that makes comics really bad is when you know that the writers are bad, like Christian. This guy is into child pornography, has drawn it, and after knowing that, it definitely shows in his comics. Now, the thing about S.N.A.F.U. that I said about them hiding, they hide their comics' shitness with fantastic art. Now, not every page is going to look good. I mean, this one already just looks like shit to me. But they have pretty good art that looks professionally done. But the stories go nowhere. The dialogue is atrocious. The character designs. Most of the comics revolve around Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon characters and whatnot. The character designs are retarded. This is Buttercup. This is Buttercup right here. In this white t-shirt and pants with, for some reason, there's a stain on the knee. I don't know how you get a stain on your knee. I really don't. Now, this one is especially bad when it's really bad, this Powerpuff Girls comic. It's, okay, now let me... First page. It's really bad. I mean, just look at this. Look at the character designs. It's really shitty anime. This is Dexter. I used to love that show. He ruins Dexter. This is Samurai Jack. Like this is supposed to be fucking Samurai Jack. The story, I don't even know. I don't even know the fucking story for this comic. I've read through like about half of this, and they go to school, and everybody from Cartoon Network is at the school, and they do adventures, and there's plot twists, and people die, and there's like incest, weird. Oh god, this one's one of the worst. And look, that's Professor whatever his name was. I never used to watch Powerpuff Girls because I never really got into that. This is Professor. He looks decent. The Powerpuff Girls look butt-fucking retarded. I'm trying to skip ahead here so that I could find a page where you can see most of the characters. Oh, God. Come on. Where is Dexter? We need to see Dexter. Yeah, and Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom. Blah, 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 blah. And then there's Dexter, and then there's other characters. They go out, in a few pages, they go out to the playground. And when you go to the playground, you can actually see a few people wandering around. I guess you can't. But really, the character designs are really bad. As you can see, Dexter looks ridiculous. I don't know if it's just me, but his hair, it's so distracting. And just every time I see Bubbles, her chin gets larger. So this is S.N.A.F.U. This is the worst one apparently this is the worst one. There's another one that's really bad that I really want to do. It's right here. It's an Invader Zim knockoff. I mean, Invader Zim has Dragon Ball Z hair. Zim has Dragon Ball Z hair. I don't need to show you any more from this website other than Zim with Dragon Ball Z hair. This site is awful, but I can tell you guys one thing. It certainly is entertaining. Reading up on the artists, there are some really messed up people from what I've read. The comics themselves are absolutely horrendously bad, and they will keep your attention for a long time. They will disguise themselves with this fantastic art at times. It's almost just really, really good at times. And then you read it and you're like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. I've probably ranted on this one more than the other ones put together. But it's because this website is just utter shit, and when you go onto the Bad Comics Wikipedia page, they will always use S.N.A.F.U. Comics as an example of a website that's just absolute shit. And I dare you guys to read some of these. They're bad. And I'm going to tear apart one of these. I don't know which one. It might be this one. It might be this one with a fucking Zim Dragon Ball Z hair for all I care. I'm not sure yet, but when I get to it, it's going to be one hell of a ride. So, I hope you guys learned something new. You know, I hope you learned, hopefully, 4 new comics. Well, technically 2 whole comics I showed you, and then 2 websites with a shitload of bad comics. I hope you have something to do over Thanksgiving now. If you enjoyed my S.N.A.F.U. or Crew the Dwarf or whatever, if you enjoyed torturing yourself, then I dare you read a few of these. So I hope this keeps your attention for a little while, and I'll see you guys when I get back from Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Bye.